You and your firm, you're not really interested in medicinal drugs or curing disease. You're just a man who makes money, even if you have to cheat.
I'm an investor. I trade stocks. But if I know I picked a loser, I have to dump it. Either way, I always win.
Are you kidding me? Is that ridiculous? Does it sound a little familiar? That's because in Hollywood, nothing is sexier than a little insider trading. That is a clip from CBS's show, Person of Interest. It appears to be ripped right from the headlines, an SAC Capital scandal. Hollywood rarely misses a chance to glamorize insider trading. But is it undermining the severity of the crime? Joining me now to discuss the power of money is Harvey Pitt, who knows better, former SEC chairman and Calorama Partners CEO. We also have Richard Roth, criminal defense and securities attorney, and Fox Business's own Charles Payne. Charles, I'll start with you. I am almost on the side of Steve Cohen now. I mean, if even I'm like starting to feel sorry for him. If CBS is going to take some half-baked drama and go out and rip from the headlines, is everybody forgetting that he hasn't been convicted? I mean, he hasn't even been charged.
Yeah, but that's just the way they work. Yeah, it never matters, particularly in Hollywood, which does a lot. They convict a whole lot of people in a whole lot of industries. You think you're upset with this one? Wait till the Wolf of Wall Street comes out. That might be. You talk about glamorizing the whole thing, but it is interesting that they do these things, and I think when it's all said and done, a lot of times people, not necessarily would be on Stevie Cohen's side per se, but they come away sort of saying, well, maybe, what he did, not necessarily wasn't so bad, but there's a way of doing that. It's still a sort of glamour aspect to it, a cool factor to it, and it might not be so bad if I could do it the way he did and get away with it.
You're saying that they glamorize it rather than making it seem like a criminal thing. That's very true, but let me back up a little bit, and Harvey, let me bring you in. I mean, is this fair? Is this fair? I mean, he hasn't been charged. He hasn't been convicted. We don't even know if he's done anything wrong, yet Hollywood already has cast someone to play him as a villain who just wants to make money. That's evil, by the way, just in case you didn't know.
It may not be fair, but it may be fair comment, at least, given all that's gone on with SAC and with the consent decree against the firm of SAC. There's obviously been some misconduct there, or they wouldn't have been charged. So to that extent, it's fair. I think the way it gets presented on TV is absolutely misstating what insider trading is like and what happens and the
Why?
penalties
What's wrong with it?
for
Tell me, what's wrong with the way that they're stating it?
Well, there's nothing glamorous about insider trading. People trade on inside information because they're desperate or they're stupid or both. And in this particular case, anybody who would undertake to do that is running the risk of severe jail time. By witness what Preet Bharara has done in New York. He's gotten 70-some-odd convictions, either by trying cases or by people pleading to counts. So the fact is, if you do insider trading, you go to jail.
Richard Roth, let me ask you, I mean, because Steve Cohen has been pretty much convicted. Elliot Spitzer, of all people, said recently that he's like the John Gotti of the hedge fund world. And what he meant was he's so insulated by so many people within his organization. He may or may not have actual knowledge of what's been going on. But the fact that he's being compared to John Gotti and that imagery has been held over by other people and repeated again. And here I am saying it. So there you go. I'm part of the problem. I mean, is this fair?
It really isn't fair. The bottom line is he hasn't been indicted. He hasn't even been arrested. Certainly Martoma, who we know was indicted by the federal authorities for insider trading, is a, if you will, proper defendant. But Steve, listen, Steve Cohen, say what you want about him. Right now, there's really nothing against him personally. But it is fair game. You know, as Mr. Pitt said, if he's in the press, and he is almost every day between his artworks and his house in the Hamptons and all the alleged insider trading and his involvement with Martoma, then it is fair game. And art follows life. So the TV does pick this up and gets good ratings because of it. Charles, you name it, they get it.
Yeah, Charles Payne, is it maybe a bad idea that he's rolling around in his Rolls Royces, picking up some Picassos and buying a new house in the Hamptons if he's, I mean,
Well, he's certainly thumbing his nose at the system. He's sort of saying, you know, either if he is guilty, he's saying you can't touch me no matter what.
That's
Hence, I guess the Gotti is, yeah, there's the Teflon aspect of it. But to Harvey Pitt's aspect, also from a viewer's point of view, we don't ever see how these guys look, you know, 20 years down the road, you know, some of these infamous real cases that have gone on and people who probably couldn't get their life together because, again, for the viewer, it feels like this guy's the master of the universe, whether he gets caught or not, because obviously he's been convicted already, but still they go on and they're powerful and they're rich and they fly away in a private jet.
Harvey Pitt, I mean, that's the final point, I think, for our audience, that it's so hard to tell as a viewer, is he guilty because he's trading and he's making money, and as, you know, the other actor said, he doesn't care about whether the drugs really work or not, which, by the way, if he's an investor, I mean, he's supposed to be after profit after all. Is he guilty because he likes money? Is that what you get from this? Do you think people really understand what he's truly being sought for, the idea that he's trading on illegal information?
Yeah, I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with liking money and trying to earn it, legitimately, of course, but that's what makes this country great. People can do that. So that part of it isn't the problem. It's doing it by cheating and cutting corners. And if that occurred here, and it is crucial to remember that he has not been charged. But if that were true here, he's going to get slammed, and he should be.
Yeah. Okay, you guys were great. I wish we had more time. Thanks to all of you for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Melissa.
Thanks.